Hey everybody, welcome to the HitmonChannel. We're your tour guides, Noah,
Yep.
and we're we're back with more Scooby-Doo First Frights. Uh, and yeah, we're just gonna dive right into episode 3. Um, yeah, and we'll see how far we get in this episode. Although this one might be, given the position of that level 1, this might be a shorter one? Like the first episode? So we're about, like, halfway through this game, so... That's nice. Going ghost ship... Oh. Ghost ship and also giant scorpion jaws.
I think it's supposed to be a crab, Noah.
You know... That would make more sense.
Maybe we should do a little investigating. Why don't you take Shaggy and Scooby and check out the boats along
No,
the shore?
interestingly, I wonder...
Looks like we'll be clue hunting instead
No, I
of
don't know.
fishing for tonight's dinner.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Daphne right away. Because... Fuck Fred. Now, so, interestingly, and, I mean, we'll probably talk about this more on the podcast eventually, too, but at the time of recording this, it was recently announced, I don't know if you've heard about this, I told you that there were reports of it, but it has now been officially confirmed that the Snyder Cut is being released on HBO Max next year.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
Which is crazy.
yeah.
That's actually happened. Now, I haven't seen the theatrical Justice League at all.
I've only heard that it's not good, but not nearly as bad as Batman vs Superman.
I hear some people say it's worse than Batman v Superman, actually. I think CinemaSins dislikes it more than Superman, actually, or Batman v Superman. Like, in general, like, the guys, I think, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you know, they had a big hit with Wonder Woman, and then everything went... I mean, to be fair, there were a lot of production issues with Justice League, you know. I mean, Zack Snyder had to leave the film, of course, due to a family tragedy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so they brought in Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon sort of, you know, brought that sort of Avengers-style, like, witty, like, constant one-liners, and, like, just, like, everyone just... Yeah, it just, like, the vibes sort of clashed. Because Zack Snyder and Joss Whedon could not be much more different in their styles of filmmaking. Because Zack Snyder is all, like, gritty, brooding, dark color palette, and Joss Whedon's more, like, fun, lighthearted, always cracking jokes. So, yeah, and then, of course, there was the situation where they had to do reshoots, but Henry Cavill couldn't shave his mustache because he needed it for Mission Impossible. Was it Fallout?
Yeah, Fallout.
Okay. And so they horribly CGI'd a mouth on him. Like, yeah. So, You know, but it's crazy that they're actually going to be releasing that Snyder Cut. I'm wondering like how, cause like I'm wondering how much of it is actually like finished.
That's what I was wondering, because I saw like conflicting reports about whether or not it would be a finished version of the movie. Honestly, I think I'd rather see the unfinished version, just because I think like the peek behind the hood of how modern superhero movies are made would just be really interesting.
Well, what I'm thinking is, given that they're not releasing it until next year, they might actually have time to like finish like because like from my understanding, most of what was unfinished was like visual effects. So it's possible that they're using the time before it's released to like actually finish those effects.
True, but one of my big things about like whether or not they might, that's making me lean towards they might not do it, isn't time but cost, because visual effects on that scale are expensive.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't know how much like Warner Brothers would want to invest on a movie that's already failed.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, they're clearly like, obviously they're going to use it as a big selling point for HBO Max.
Yeah, definitely, clearly.
So I don't know. They might be willing to invest in it. I don't know. I mean, for all we know, that could be like. That could be HBO Max. I mean, obviously, very different. Being like obviously there's a huge difference between an alternate cut of an already released movie and a TV show. But like it could draw in people to subscribe to HBO Max the same way Mandalorian drew in people for Disney Plus.
Yeah. Interesting to see.
Crap.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that it's on a streaming service that I need to buy a subscription, I'd really want to see it. But I also don't want to see it enough to go out of my way to spend money on it.
Yeah. I mean, we could always just, like, wait for it to release and then sign up for a free trial of the streaming service.
That's a fair point.
Just to watch the Snyder Cut. Yeah. I've also heard, there's a good new Looney Tunes show on there.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remember seeing a commercial for that a while back, but the commercial didn't really sell it for me.
I didn't read the review, but I saw a title for a review that said it was a very fun show. So, oh.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, like, the one ad that I saw didn't sell it for me, because, like, everything but, like, the footage that was, like, I think it was a situation where the footage they were showing was at a different pace and in a slightly different tone than, like, the vague, like, advertising words surrounding it.
Okay.
Everything just felt a bit off.
Yeah,
it's good to hear that the Looney Tunes family is still good.
Yeah. Oh. Man, I actually just bought on Vudu. They had the Looney Tunes show on sale, both seasons of it. Did you ever watch that? Like the one that was actually called the Looney Tunes show?
I never watched any. I never ended up. The only Looney Tunes thing I ever watched was the one where they were all kids.
Looney Tunes Babies?
I can't remember what that one was called.
I think it was just Looney Tunes Babies. Wait, what? Oh, okay. This will be interesting. Yeah, no, that was interesting, though. Because I feel like a lot of people sort of, like, dismissed it, but I actually remember really liking it. From for the most part. Because it's like Bugs and Daffy living in a house together, and there's just something about that that's very entertaining because of their clashing personalities and whatnot. And they make good use of the other Looney Tunes characters too. Like, of course, Porky Pig is in almost every episode, and then there's like Speedy Gonzales has a pizza restaurant in the city. My one gripe with that show is that Lola is super annoying. I mean,
okay, you cut out a lot for that. What'd you say?
My one gripe with the show is that Lola Bunny is super annoying. She's the London Tipton of the show. But not as
Noah, you cut out for the entire.
Oh.
You didn't like what are we talking about?
The Looney Tunes show.
Okay, but who in the Looney Tunes show we're talking about? I cut out for all of that.
Lola Bunny.
Okay.
I think she's super annoying. I've seen a video where, like, this guy actually, I think it was Saberspark, actually, that made the video, where he talks about how much he liked the changes they made to Lola Bunny for the Looney Tunes show. I mean, you know, obviously, like, at least she's not hypersexualized like she was in Space Jam.
Yeah, that's an improvement.
But at the same time, she is, like, I mean, she's just painfully dumb. Like, Sonic Boom Knuckles level dumb. Okay, maybe not that dumb, but, like, pretty high up there.
Okay, you cut out for the name again.
I was saying, like, not, like, almost as dumb as, like, Sonic Boom Knuckles.
Okay.
Actually, in some instances,
Man,
probably
this code really likes cutting out exclusively for the most important information.
Yeah. It's like that movie cliche where, like, the character's dying, and then they're like, die just as they're about to tell the protagonist the most important information. I love how they play with that in Shrek the Third, when Fiona's dad is dying.
Yeah, and he just keeps going back to give more exposition.
Yeah. I mean, Deadpool 2 obviously does it very well, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of cliches and like, fucking, so at the time we're recording this, I mean, it'll already have gone up on my main channel by the time this goes up, but I just finished watching Memorial Day from 1998, which I'm obviously posting as my miserable movie Monday for Memorial Day.
Huh?
And my god, that movie is just like the most generic action political thriller I have ever seen. Now, granted, I haven't seen a ton of political thrillers, but, like, it was so fucking generic. For those who haven't seen it, the plot is basically just, like, there are people in the government that are, like, performing domestic terrorist attacks, in order to create a fake story that will, generate more money for the government. It's so...
Yeah, cut out for the second half of the plot description.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing domestic terrorism to get more money for the government, essentially, is what it boils down to. And it's not very interesting. I mean, the main character, is basically Bucky is basically the Winter Soldier. Like they've brainwashed him into going along with their schemes, but then like he gets his memories back and ends up stopping them. Um, it's and it was also ridiculously like hard for me to actually find because there are like 3 different Memorial Day movies included with Amazon Prime. I, of course, picked the one with the worst reviews to watch for Miserable Movie Monday, which was the
Naturally.
1998 one. But when I started watching the 1998 one, it actually started playing the 2012 one. And I only knew this because the cast, like I searched up all the Memorial Day movies and like the cast matched with the 2012 one. I was like, okay, so then they also have the 2012 one listed, and I tried watching that, and it was actually the 2012 one, and so I'm like, well, what the heck? And then like my phone claimed that the 1998 one was on Tubi, and it was like, no, that's actually not on Tubi. Like, when I actually went to Tubi and tried to search for it. And then, I saw, like, there was a link for it on Popcorn Flicks, and I was like, okay, that'll work. But it's not available in my country on Popcorn Flicks. And so I was like, okay, well, this isn't gonna work, so I'll search for one of the other Memorial Day movies. And I found out there's actually another one from the next year, 1999, which is a horror slasher flick. And so I was like, okay, I'll look for that.
Was that the one where the slasher villain is his Uncle Sam, or is that...
I have no fucking clue, because I didn't actually watch it.
Okay.
Because, so I searched up, like, Memorial Day 1999 movie, and it wasn't on any streaming services, but I found a link for it on YouTube that actually turned out to be the 1998 movie. So I just got back to watching the 1998 movie. And I was like, okay, well, at least I found this one, but, like, why are all of these mislabeled? I mean, I get it. It's confusing when there's so many movies called Memorial Day and none of them are good. But, like that was a ridiculous... And I got it all on recording, too. Like, my search for this movie, I was like, oh, okay, well... So, yeah, that... And then, yeah, and the problem is, like, it's really bad, like, especially the cinematography and the editing. It does that thing that a lot of movies do, unfortunately, where they have reaction shots for no reason. It also clearly reuses some footage in some parts, showing characters, like, from a distance. And the funny part is that actually makes sense because the director of the movie directed a few episodes of multiple different series of Power Rangers. So the reuse of footage throughout the films makes a lot of sense. And, yeah. And also, there's only one female character in the entire movie. And she's, like, the news reporter / love interest.
I guess. Love interest?
Yeah. Love interest / news reporter. And it's, like...
Of course. Oh, and of course it's a news reporter. News reporter.
There is,
Be a political thriller about random news reporter.
There is, one actually interesting thing. One of the guys who plays, like, a minor character, I believe his name is Bart McCarthy. in real life, he actually went on to play the main pirate in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So that's a thing.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah. Like he's Captain Bart. So yeah, that was interesting. And the lead actor in that, I believe his name is like Jeff Speakman. He starred in so many generic action movies in the 90s that nobody's heard of. Like, there's a lot of them.
Nice.
And they're all just the most generic sounding action thrillers. And who knows, maybe some of them I'll check out on a future Miserable Movie Monday. Why did I do that? Wait.
I'm gonna look up his filmography just to see that
Jeff
use of these
Speakman?
things.
Yeah. Oh, also, there was something interesting the writer of that movie did, too, but I forget. Oh, there were, like, a bunch of movies in his filmography that looked like they would be perfect for future Miserable Movie Mondays. Like, there's a horror movie he directed called Jacko. So I definitely want to check that out at some point. And yeah.
No, the first film listed on his acting for him on IMDb. Sounds like a weird parody of an Elvis song.
Oh yeah. Oh, is
Slaughterhouse
that the
Rock.
Slaughterhouse Rock?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that. It's Slaughterhouse Rock on there. Yeah, that'd be another good one for.
It sounds like the name that a animal rights group would give to a parody version of Jailhouse Rock.
That work?
That was meant to just like shine, like in a bizarre way, shine light on the animal abuse, like the poor treatment animals get
Yeah.
in like meat production facilities.
The Pokemon Black and Blue of Elvis parodies, if you will.
Yeah, basically.
That
Oh, man.
fucking game.
But hold on. I'd actually almost be surprised if you had never made a like Slaughterhouse themed music video or something, because it seems like it seems just ridiculous enough that they probably did it.
Yeah. Speaking of animal rights activists, Joaquin Phoenix is expecting his first child.
Oh, neat.
With Rooney Mara. Ironic that they're together because they play divorcees in Her. I bet they met in that movie too. That happens so often in Hollywood, where like Hollywood couples meet in a movie. Like, I'm pretty sure Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner met in Daredevil, and now Ben Affleck is dating Ana de Armas, who he has an upcoming movie with. And didn't Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively meet in Green Lantern?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think that's true. I believe they met in Green Lantern, which, I mean, there's one positive to that movie.
Well, apparently Slaughterhouse Rock is called Hell Island in the UK.
Oh, good. Another movie with weird alternate titles depending on who you ask. I love watching movies like that, because, I mean, we had, this year we had Mother Goose A Go-Go, which is actually called The Unkissed Bride. We had, in the first year, fucking Circus Island, which has, like, 2 or 3 alternate titles. You know, the one you said looked like a Disney Channel show that would be canceled after one season. Oh god, that movie's terrible, but also awesome.
I've just read the plot synopsis for Slaughterhouse Rock, and I both do and do not want to see this.
Again, it's like I'll probably get to it at some point in Miserable Movie Monday. Especially
The sentence in the description, "They're aided by the ghost of a dead rock singer," is just good enough that I kind of want to see where they go with it.
I mean, we can watch it together. I'm totally down to watch that one with you. Although I do have my next pre-recorded one already planned. Although I kind of want you to join me on that one too. Oh, hang on, cutscene. Oh my god, the crabs look like the giant crab from Banjo-Kazooie. I was like,
of course,
those
he's
eyes
still a
look
Bluebeard.
familiar. Seth Angler just looks like Fred if he went down a darker path.
Yeah, he looks like the evil version of Fred that would come back from the future to taunt him.
Fuck. What is this, Danny Phantom?
Yeah, I was going for that.
Yeah. Oh, man. God, I gotta rewatch Danny Phantom now. Did you ever watch Danny Phantom?
Rewatch.
I know,
I was up till like 4 in the morning last night because I couldn't stop thinking about a death battle idea.
Oh yeah? What death battle idea?
Character Cars from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure versus his full name, but Muzan from Demon Slayer.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say versus the entire cast of Cars.
Admittedly, I would also like to see that. That sounds fun.
Oh god.
It sounds like a DBX, actually.
No, dude, the cast of Cars versus the cast of Fast and the Furious. That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh my god. Man, damn it, I want to see that now.
That'd be fucking awesome. Oh, that would get so insane. The Fast and Furious would probably win, hands down, though.
Oh,
Considering they're basically superheroes at this point.
they are car-themed superheroes. I'm surprised the Fast and the Furious doesn't have its own set. Like, if we were a decade or two ago right now, Fast and the Furious, they'd have their own Saturday morning cartoon show.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually... Wait, no,
And Vin Diesel would probably play himself because
there is a cartoon
really
on Netflix.
with acting.
There is a Fast and the Furious cartoon on Netflix.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think it's like a spy thing. Like, okay, Google that for me.
I am already ahead of you. I misspelled Furious, but I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah, because I remember seeing that one day while I was browsing. I was like, really?
Fast and the Furious Spy Racers.
Yes! It's a fucking spy spinoff.
And with, as far as I can tell from the videos that I'm seeing, none of the main cast, naturally not the main cast from the movies, because, dear God, that would be expensive as shit to get them all back for a cartoon.
I mean, like Dwayne Johnson. I mean,
Him alone, dear God.
yeah, like Oh my god. Now I want, like, a really terrible animated movie to come out that is, like, terrible because they spent their entire budget on getting Dwayne Johnson to be part of the cast.
Well, apparently the show is produced by Vin Diesel, like, and others, but also Vin Diesel.
Of course it is. Fucking, of course.
Not surprised, he is.
He also produced the Bloodshot movie, right?
Sounds right. That sounds right.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Vin Diesel, like, I actually don't think I've ever seen a Vin... Oh, wait, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right, Groot, yeah.
But other than that, I've never seen a Vin Diesel movie, and I would like to keep it that way, because he just seems like an actor I mean, I don't have to see any of his movies to know I would hate him. Like... Well, because, like, he's one of those actors that, like, it feels like, even though I haven't seen any of his roles besides Groot, it feels like all of those roles are the same role. Like, you got his Fast and the Furious character, you've got Bloodshot, you've got Riddick.
Yeah.
Fuck,
like,
what else?
The biggest outlier they can think of besides Groot is the Iron Giant.
Oh, yeah, that's him too! Okay, I'll see that one.
It's weird, like, the stuff that his voice acting for is weirdly out of left field compared to, like, other stuff that he's known for. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, which, I mean, like... That's really interesting, because, like, you know, Groot, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Giant are, like, widely acclaimed, and then does, like, the Fast and the Furious movies, which are shitty but make a lot of money, because they're ridiculous and people love them.
Yeah.
And then you've got, like, fucking... Oh, there's another path. Okay. And then you've got those Chronicles of Riddick Chronicles of Riddick. Oh, wait. You know what? You know what actually completely proves my point here? Oh, first of all, cutscene.
Sorry, we didn't mean to frighten you.
Wasn't frightened. Got nerve to steal.
We've come to ask you about the ghostly cruise ship and the sea creatures.
If you ask me, that careless captain's in the hill. Young upstart ran his ship into mine 5 years ago. She sunk just out past the bay. Never recovered.
What about the ghostly cruise ship?
The best view would be from the lighthouse. Can't miss it. These days, it's the only house with a light on. Darn kids. Darn Bluebeard. What a sinking ship. But I'll show him what for.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt that fisherman's crazy ramblings, but as soon as he showed up, I'm like, yeah, you're probably the villain.
Yeah. Especially with that, especially with that hint of somebody's tragic backstory late in this dialogue.
Yeah, and the
I can
fact
totally
that,
see that just him talking about himself in the third person.
and I immediately connected him to the crab bait that we found in the last level as a clue. So, but anyway, to what proves my point even more about Vin Diesel just playing like all his roles feeling the same. When I said Riddick, I meant Xander Cage. Because I forgot those were two separate characters.
God.
Which, like, yeah, again, kind of proves my point. Yeah. That's because I was, because I listened to, Sincast bonus episode for Bloodshot. And yeah, they pretty much were like one of the guys, I think it's Dicer, is actually like a big fan of the Bloodshot comics. And was very disappointed with the movie because it really didn't delve into a lot of the interesting stuff that the comics delve into. And it just felt like Vin Diesel had too much creative control. Which is weird because there's so many movies where, like, you give the star of the movie creative control and it turns out well. A biggest example, Deadpool.
Again, another big example, the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah, with fucking Johnny Depp.
Granted, he didn't get full control over his character. There were some things that definitely got to be. We got a lot of influence.
Yeah. But, but I feel like even then, like that, it's weird. I feel like, you know, that worked out for that first movie, but then I feel like it ultimately damaged the rest of the series as a whole. From what I've heard, anyway, it seems like they, like, as the movies go on, Jack Sparrow just becomes more and more of a caricature. Especially in the newest one.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that.
Yeah. Which I only know through that video. Did you watch that video of the guy who basically was criticizing Birds of Prey because they made Harley Quinn both Deadpool light and Jack Sparrow light?
Okay, you cut out after you said, "Have you watched that video?"
Oh shit. Well, there's a video. I feel like I shared it with you. But this guy basically is analyzing why Birds of Prey was a failure, and talks about how Harley Quinn is essentially both discount Deadpool and discount Jack Sparrow.
Okay, I remember you mentioning this now.
Yeah, which, like, he makes some very valid points in that video, and it inspired me to, make a video, talking about, Birds of Prey similarities to Deadpool, which you guys can check out on my main channel if you want to, well, actually, he didn't inspire me to make the video. I was planning on making the video beforehand, and then I saw his video, and I'm like, well, maybe I won't make the video since he's already kind of got it covered, and made some points that I wouldn't be able to make because I haven't seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But then the fucking director of the film comes out with a statement, and it was like, we weren't really trying to be like Deadpool. And I'm like, really? Because it really seems like you were. Which, I mean, not to say, like, I mean, like, Birds of Prey is fine. Like, it's not terrible, but, like, I actually think it would have been better if they leaned more into the Deadpool humor. The Deadpool-esque humor, because, like, I guess my biggest problem with that film is that it feels like a non-comedy Deadpool movie, which is bad. Like, you can't make a Deadpool movie and not make it a comedy. Like, that's like making a Batman movie without showing his parents dying. Like, it's integral to the character. Yeah.
Going through his filmography. Vin Diesel's filmography, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Two things I wanted to note. One, he's in Avatar 2, Avatar 2 as in Avatar the box office bender, not the airbender.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, oh, did you see the behind-the-scenes photo they posted on Twitter?
Which thing?
they posted a video, like the official Avatar 2 Twitter posted, or not a video, a photo, of like a bunch of the stars in this like pool, in this like tank, because like they apparently had to film like scenes like of like the characters like floating, and so they like built this like special like tank of water that like specifically for the movie. Like it's like specifically designed for like what they needed for a scene, which I mean like as much as I'm like not very interested in seeing the first Avatar movie or any of its sequels, that's kind of cool.
It's always cool when like movies or something they have to like basically invent new technology to do whatever they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I know the first Avatar movie did that a lot. Okay. You made the joke about it not being The Last Airbender, but now I'm just imagining an even worse Avatar: The Last Airbender movie with Vin Diesel as Aang.
Sounds more like an accident. if you ask me.
Like, that would
You
be...
almost see them doing that is the worst part.
That would be terrible. That would be even worse than the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
But I kind of want to see it as a result, though.
Oh, God.
So, the other thing that I wanted to note, of the episode of Celebrity Dungeons and Dragons where Vin Diesel was playing.
Oh. Is that Joe Manganiello's D&D?
Not. Don't know that off the top of my head. Hold on.
Because I know, like, Joe
He's also on a D&Diesel short.
Oh my god.
And I forgot how much of a dork he occasionally is.
Yeah. Oh god,
Right.
oh, wait, am I glitched? Wait. Hang on. Oh no, I
certainly
was
looks like
glitched, but I got out. I glitched my way out. There's no way I was supposed to do that. Yeah, because I know, I think Joe Manganiello, does like a celebrity D&D thing. I think they actually, like, showed it off, like, they...
Yeah, this is Joe Manganiello.
Yeah, because I believe...
However his last name is pronounced, I'm gonna be honest, I keep forgetting. Like, it's just long enough that I forget how to pronounce the middle of it each time.
Yeah, that's fair. I might not even be pronouncing it right. Oh, there's this video that keeps showing up in my recommended that I really want to check out at some point, but I keep forgetting to. It's a video of Saoirse Ronan from Lady Bird trying to pronounce celebrity names that are difficult to pronounce.
Huh.
Which is funny because hers is. Yeah, I believe they did, like, sort of like Joe Manganiello and a couple of the celebrities he's done the D&D thing with actually guest starred on an episode of Big Bang Theory doing that.
Neat.
I think Will Wheaton was part of it because he's, a regular celebrity guest appearance on Big Bang Theory, so. Okay, the one thing that drives me crazy a little bit about a particular celebrity guest appearance on Big Bang Theory, is that the guys have the characters reference Back to the Future on multiple occasions throughout the show.
Huh?
And then there's an episode where Christopher Lloyd guest stars as something other than Christopher Lloyd. Which, what? that shouldn't work. that like, the guy should be like, wait, isn't that Christopher Lloyd? You know, from one of our favorite movies, Back to the Future. Yeah. Oh god, I just remembered another joke. That oh, hang on. What was that? Did he cut out? Did he cut out? What happened there? Oh, it was just a message.
May have been a Discord message that I just noticed and replied to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I see the notification on our D&D chat. So,
Okay.
speaking of which,
Apologies, audience.
nah, that's fine. But there's another joke where the guys in Big Bang Theory are like getting together and they want to do a movie marathon, and one of them suggests they do a marathon of movies that killed their franchises, and Leonard says, "Oh, like Jaws 4, Indiana Jones 4, Daredevil 1." And then Raj is like, "Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous. You know a movie's bad when my girl Sandra Bullock can't save it."
He actually kind of wanted to do a marathon. Probably kind of wants to do a marathon like that at some point.
Oh yeah, I'd be down. The Mummy with Tom Cruise would be another one, because that killed the Dark Universe. I guess both Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 could qualify. Oh gosh, what other movies killed the franchises?
What were the other attempts to start a multi? Like, probably a marathon or just those.
Oh, a marathon of movies that attempted to start a cinematic universe. Well, I'm curious if Scoob is actually going to be successful enough to actually get that going. Because I read that it's
like King Arthur and Robin Hood movies, I think.
Oh yeah,
Apparently meant to be part of larger things.
That's right. But I did hear that like Scoob is you know making good money in VOD, so that's something.
Yeah,
like,
so that I can may have a chance. It also helps a bit that like back in the day, like they always like they had their character like Hanna-Barbera had a bunch of their characters cross over a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Well, not like them doing something like that is about President, so theoretically they'd have a decent shot at it. But then again, the Universal Monsters also did that back in the day, and that flopped. So
yeah. I mean, it's just like.
Also, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, because they were trying to start their own.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Which I mean, like.
I'm sorry, you must have cut out for that.
That's fine. Which I mean, like, I get it, but like, I mean, I would have liked to see. I mean, they're doing better now with the whole Venom and stuff. Even though Venom didn't get the best reviews, I mean, it like audiences liked it and it made decent money, so like they're good to go on that. And the fact that they're actually gonna be linking it with the Marvel Cinematic Universe now is a good sign, probably.
Hopefully. Well, they actually take lessons from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So a lot of like problems that a number of the cinematic universes have been putting too much emphasis on setting up future movies instead of telling a good movie, like having a good movie and then including a couple things that can be used for.
Yeah.
Like, ideally, like, the Star Trek Cinematic Universe should be a good movie that then leads into more good movies, not just a movie based around setting up future movies.
Yeah. I mean, look at Iron Man, and I would say Venom accomplishes that too, because I mean they really like the only like hint at setting up a cinematic universe is the mid-credit scene with Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think they did pretty good with Venom. Oh god. Oh, and now they're doing it with like they're doing it with Godzilla and King Kong, even though
yeah, they are
nobody
doing
likes
that.
those movies that they're doing.
Okay, I think that Cinematic Universe has a decent chance of surviving for a while.
But like even though the movie are they even like making that much money? Because like they're getting horrible. I mean, especially Godzilla King of the Monsters got horrible reviews.
That's a good question.
Like how much are those movies making? It must be quite a bit. Also, what studio is that?
Hold on.
That'll also be good to keep in mind if we end up going with Plan B for the Pokemon thing.
Seems like Legendary / Warner Brothers is what I'm initially getting here.
Okay, Warner Brothers, then yeah.
Also, like the
Legendary's
first
a
Godzilla movie in the
subsidiary
cinematic
of
universe,
Warner Brothers.
in this current attempt at a cinematic universe, apparently made like $400 million, like profit.
Oh, well, all right then.
You need to check on King of the Monsters, though.
I suppose that is a profit, even if the movies are bad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
Talked about that in the Game Grumps podcast back when they did a podcast.
Oh yeah, they did that just to substitute for this week's 10-minute Power Hour, which is funny because I saw multiple people comment in the video like this is the closest we've ever got to an actual power hour and the farthest away from 10 minutes. And the funny thing is, it is actually like exactly 10 minutes away from being an hour.
I hope, like, I don't know why they stopped the podcast, but I hope they like do it again at some point because I was into the Game Grumps podcast.
Yeah, that was fun. I know, like, I read the description and it did say that they do have more, that there will be, more, like, at-home power hours, for starting next week. But yeah, I would be down for them occasionally doing that again.
Yeah.
Hell, actually, like, even after the Backstreet Boys reunion tour is done, that could potentially be, like, an alternate series on the Grumps channel, since they're only doing the 10-minute Power Hour at this point.
Yeah. Also, for, like, update on the Godzillas. So Godzilla King of the Monsters definitely earned less, but it still made, like, double the budget.
Alright, well, I mean, what can you do?
I say people like watching big monsters fight.
But like, I've heard like the biggest complaint about that is the fact that there's not that much of that.
Yeah.
And that it's mostly like human interaction, which nobody cares about.
Yeah, really.
Oh, we're about at time for this episode. We're actually at 54 minutes, so yeah, we're gonna end this episode off here. We'll see if we can beat this episode in the next one. We'll see.
Who's on the next one? But I could definitely see us doing it this recording session.
Yeah. We'll definitely do it this recording session. But that's gonna be it for this episode. I'm Noah.
I'm Jacob.
Peace.
Adios.